you've learned about how to merit his favor in truth. In other words, you've been trying to, in darkness, merit his favor the wrong way. Is that clear? We have, as a people throughout history, you see this all the way back to the beginning with Cain and Abel. People trying to merit favor, but doing it in a way that's not what the Father desires. He said, but you're looking for an understanding, and you heard and knew about the meriting of Elohim's favor in truth. In other words, the correct way to do it. You claim you're Yeshua's, but then you act the fool. Is that worthy of claiming you're Messiah? Is that worth it that Messiah called you? Or is Messiah going, why did I even bother? Why did I call you and draw you and show you the Father? And the Father saying, why would I draw you to Messiah if you're just going to do this dumb stuff and not listen and just be on your own self-sovereign I way? Me. Or you're still going to listen to somebody else and put somebody else in charge or some other authority to rule in your life. He says, for all endurance and patience with joy. Okay, I get the patience and endurance part, but how am I going to be patiently enduring something and joyful all at the same time? Generally speaking, I'm not joyful about things that require a whole lot of patience and endurance. Apparently, Shaul went to the same crazy school that James did when Yaakov tells us to count it all joy in your trials. So there must be a challenge that we have to understand in this idea of joy. There's a challenge with this joy thing. The challenge really was that we were told that we were in the light when we weren't in the light. That the authority that we were under was correct when it wasn't correct. This is a challenge. Remember, we looked at the verses that say that even Hasatan's emissaries would appear as angels of light to you. Now, bear in mind, this is all what Paul's talking about also in other places where he talks about, the law of sin and death versus the law of life. The wrong authority with the wrong plan, with the wrong way of doing things in your body that wars in your members is not the Torah that's the problem. It's the you thinking you know better. The you, I know what to do. I know how it should be. Be careful with that, because if it doesn't line up with him, you're going to be in trouble. Because in him were created all that are in the heavens and that are on the earth, invisible and visible, whether thrones or rulerships and principalities or authorities, all have been created through him and for him. Now, we don't seem to have as much problems with the through him part as the for him part. That's an authority problem again. All things exist for him, not just by him. Two entities decided they want to live forever with a bunch of people. So we exist because it's what they want, not because it's what we want. And they say it's their pleasure to give us things. It's their pleasure to provide for us. It's their pleasure to guide and lead us to the things that would make us happy. And by the way, if you can't figure out that you're happier walking his way than your way, you've not been paying attention. He nailed all of our sins, it was like a rap sheet. Okay, each of us has a heavenly rap sheet, so to speak. Everything you've done that causes you to be at odds with your Creator is written down. And that gets to be blotted out by Yeshua's blood. It's not the laws that were the problem, it's your lack of adherence to them or submission to them. Because you don't restore to favor something that never had favor. You can't restore something if it never had it. So all you Gentiles out there, he's not talking to you. Not necessarily. Now, he is talking to you from the fact that from the beginning, his desire was that all would be in his favor. All the way starting with Adam and Chava. But there's a bigger picture here. Now, this is nothing negative against the Gentiles. You guys, once you graft in, you are just as equal as any other actual blood-born son or daughter. That is the highest level of insanity, that what Yahweh created, gave to a people, was valid for 4,000 years, was the problem. That somehow that was the problem. And he apologized, sent his son to apologize, made his poor son die a brutal death because he made a mistake giving us a law. That's ridiculousness on the highest level. But it's not the Christian's fault. It's the system that is made to hold them in a lie, in a delusion, in a bubble of unreality, in darkness.